Welcome to Searching4RinoaCast, the Searching4Rinoa podcast.
Ah, yes!
Let's just get right the hell to it, where I've been at in detail. So, on Saturday, May 15th, about 5 a.m., I get this pain in my stomach. I assumed it was from not eating and just staying up late doing internet stuff, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go to sleep. 2 hours later, same pain, ate a banana, took a chewable Pepto, back to sleep. 10 a.m. I'm hurting. Can't go to the bathroom, can't get that out that way. I got trouble keeping stuff down. I get some Canada Dry, ginger ale, the good shit. I'm feeling a little bit better day 2, just all liquids. Anything food-wise I can't keep down. I just vomit it back up. Day 3, it is back with a vengeance, and I can't even keep what I drank down anymore. So off we go to a nearby medical place. We don't know what this is, so now they can take me to like doctors. Keep in mind, I already had my I don't know if I mentioned this before and ever, but I've already had my gallbladder removed, so I don't know what this is. I'm thinking just, yeah, but I'm hurting like I needed that removed back then, and this is kind of like, but yeah, day 3, I'm like, oh, this hurts real bad. I'm real worried right now. So yeah, they get me to a doctor who preps me to remove whatever I got going, a quick infection, 15 minutes or so, I hoped. And therein lies the name of this podcast episode, I'm told. My appendix is larger than most, and it is currently dead. The whole thing's got to come out, so I heard it was like this 4-hour ordeal they put me under, shut me down with pain meds and whatnot. So now it's stay here until you can pass gas, number 1, number 2, as you heal from your operation, as your faculties come back. I've already kind of weirded you out a little bit. I'm going to get even weirder, as I warn you. It's probably not for the faint of heart. I should have said that earlier, but anyway, here's where the real nitty-gritty gets to it. They take a literal piece of where they cut me, it's like from my belly button on down to my lower stomach, gone. In its place is this apparently new-ish method the doctor's facility is testing, or at least the home version of it. I found out a little later on, talking and just looking around stuff online. It's called a wound vacuum, so I got that going on. But at the hospital, I had tubes all over me, a couple things reading here and there. The one up my nose was like, they're checking vitals, blood pressure, pain, nausea. My diet consisted of literally just ice cubes for like a week because I just didn't have my faculties back to use the bathroom yet. But slowly but surely, I got all that back. The diet goes to liquids, apple juice, stuff like that. Like, I was so bad, I couldn't do liquids. So, yeah. Sorry if you're hearing any noise right now. That's the home wound vac right now. So if you hear any, that's sitting on a table next to the mic. So if you hear that in the background, it's doing its thing. But yeah, anyway, apple juice, decaf black coffee. I'm drinking it. I got to. Again, I've been on ice cubes for a week. I'll learn to love it, because it's what you got going for you, daddy. Woo! Because it's all about getting home, getting back here, and doing this, making content for you guys in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, it was like liquid for like a day. I did the bathroom just fine, no water retention. Every other day, nurses coming in to check my wound vac, I guess to make sure I'm healing right, no excess, whatever, because this opening I got, it does not get sewn up. It's all up to my body to heal from it. So that might take a couple weeks just off that. But anyway. Do the diet. They update that a day or 2 later like that, Let's get you more solid food. First thing I have, chicken parm. Any eatable stuff is like Jell-O, but then they up that. It's like, okay, now you can do coffee. Now you can do it with like cream and sugar, that sort of thing. You do like breakfast. It's like scrambled eggs and like potatoes and pears. So just going through that. And by Thursday the 25th, I'm home with just this small wound vac to carry around. But yeah, I'm back. I can eat whatever. Sit here with my little computer like I'm doing now and just script through things. That's what I was doing all day that day. Setting up schedules, just looking over what's on sale, PSN, the usual stuff. So another 2 weeks, I see the doctor who did my surgery again. I might get the vac taken out by then, most likely. I don't know for sure yet, but yeah, I'm just taking it easy. I'm still going strong with uploads. I am good until July, which I know by then I'll have plenty of stuff for, and I probably will be 100% just ready to just make videos again. I'm kind of... I mean, I get my strength back, but it's still a little whatchamacallit, and if I record now, it's gonna have this like go on, and I don't know. Maybe I can put that on the floor instead of on a table and just keep it down there. But I'm worried about I might forget about it and lose and stuff like that, and I just gotta keep an eye on it every once in a while, make sure it's running. But yeah, even if I just make content to just be like, okay, this is gonna be chill and do like reaction things that aren't dish ships. I want to get back to doing that at some point. Once that, I've only got a couple more episodes of that. I know it's about to wrap up for me once they go into like the 5D stuff. I don't know. Might stick around, but odds are I'm just gonna want to it's like, okay, Ranit's course gonna do other stuff now, reaction wise. With that said, no threads of fanfic this month. I don't even have the time to look that over because this would just take even longer to do. I just wanted to get this out ASAP. Like today, they had the nurse come over and look over my dressings and stuff like that. This would have been up probably earlier on or something like that. But I was scripting all this, and I think like 9:30, 10 in the evening, I'm like, all right, you scripted everything. Get your ass to bed. I can't push as much as I used to, and I shouldn't probably do that in the first place. I don't know if that thread's a fanfic thing may or may not run its course. I'll have to see how I feel like by June, a little later. I need to be a special counter ready for that either way. Some voices lie dormant while I get back to 100%, but I can just quickly I was just mostly looking over what I missed in the almost 2-week forced sabbatical. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. As far as like gaming stuff though, I see Asuka R. Cruz got playable in Strive. About damn time, I say. They have him as Asuka Reload. That's what it is, because it's like the hashtag R. I'm thinking like, oh, immediately it's more like Asuka hashtag referencing. Even that's like a little. I ain't there yet. I'll get there. Big ol' zoner projectiles, like I figured. Oh, he's got the book. He's got the backyard, like one of those with the. I got that with the Exard pre-order when that was new. God, I think that's like a decade old now. That game. Didn't mention that I do love Sylvie Paulapala's more gothic Iron Mouse-ish look. I know I made that joke back when the DLC dropped. I know Gonitz is a boss fight too. I didn't see him in action. I don't know if that's come up yet. I hope that continues. Orochi would be next. Would like to see him get the redesign. All of the redesigns for characters I've looked at and was like, oh, this is awesome. I've loved every redesign they've shown. There hasn't been like once where I looked at that and I'm like, yeah, the old looks better. So yeah, whoever's in charge of character design for like new stuff, they've been knocking it out the park. Oh, and then there's the whole PlayStation showcase I missed. I kind of fast forwarded, waiting through like the early shmups and FPSs I'll never even care to look at. Phantom Blade Zero, holy shit, that combat, that looked cool. That's where I start letting the sizzle roll, so to speak, and just look over. It's like, all right, what's coming? Sort of the Sea looked neat. Probably just, you could sink a lot of time just surfing on the desert alone. A new Cat Quest game. It's just what I needed. I was coming back. I'm like, let's fucking go. Oh my god, you've no idea. Probably more stoked for that than most other people, but I played. It's just a good game, and sometimes that's all you need. Yeah. I get back on that. See how I feel about just playing like console again. I don't have a lot I can play on my own, but I think I can get back to that. I haven't done that yet since I've been back. Anyway, I just want to get this out first before I start anything else. This podcast. But yeah, new Cat Quest. Then it got kind of weird with Square Enix doing Splatoon with Bubbles. Seriously, the music was a banger. At least I don't know. It's not. It might be good, just not for me. But I'm like, really? Maybe it'll take off. I don't know. It's always hard when you're, nothing. If you're not Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, Square stuff usually kind of relatively hit or miss. More PS5 games than 4 so far, too. I noticed. And then you just, in the middle of your reel, you drop this like, oh, by the way, like, no big deal. Holy shit, Snooter! Like, and then drop a Volume 1 Autumn Collection of some of the earlier Metal Gear Solid games. Ugh. I'm like, that's in the middle of your, like, there's still like a half. Can't just drop that off like no big deal. That's that's your mid. That's not what even is your closer. And I thought it would be new Final Fantasy. I thought it'd be stuff for the new Final Fantasy. No, that was next. They did get a release date, the 22nd. If June wasn't winning already with that, Street Fighter 6, and also later I found out, like, just if I had when I had my phone in the hospital over with me, it's like, oh, AEW Fight Forever is a thing. That's coming the 29th of June. Been a follower of New Legacy Inc. since Chocolate Drop, so I'm so pumped to see them do that game on release date. I haven't bought a real wrestling game since WWE 13. Yeah, that was a long time ago, so very curious about this game. I don't do the pay-per-views, but I am subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm like for clips to see what's going on. I'm excited. It's you, because I want to see that game do like amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Alan Wake 2 still a thing. New Assassin's Creed Mirage. Both games in October. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Lives. Please let me be a party of Harvin. Just a bunch of Charlottes. I did my usual watch through like KZ's sizzle reel when he streams, so I managed to catch that. You said it was like a 4-player character, like jump in, kind of like Monster Hunter. So I don't know if they can do like multiple characters, like if maybe 4 people can all be just Charlotte or whatever, Charlotta. They had the dub voice is in there, so I'm like, okay, already, cool. That comes in winter. Oh, speaking of Street Fighter 6, I love how the Final Fight guy is in there now. His full name is just Thrasher Damned. Like, they worked both in. They worked just first name Capcom USA censorship, last name actual Japanese original name for the boss. Just showing everybody just how full circle that is. There's talk of the Satsui no Hado in that little trailer. Could be Akuma, could be new character, maybe that rival Bosch succumbs and it's like, oh, I gotta help him out, my friendly rival. Dragon's Dogma 2 kicks off at some point. I've played a little of Dragon Dogma 1, didn't like how there was like no fast travel. I don't know. It's all Dark Arisen now, so I don't know. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll just watch KZ play it and just be like, oh, okay, I see. Five Nights can fuck off me. completely. I just remember the whole. I just remember again. Crazy. It was like Republican game. I'm like, why? Wait, why? What's go? Oh, right. Fuck that. Yeah. Yeah. You've had your time. I'm just like, oh, I so don't even care anymore. Like, even from someone who didn't play the game, looking at that, just like I could not give a less of a shit than I do now. But do take a bow, PlayStation 2, PlayStation VR 2, I should say. Because you just sold that whole setup just on that RE4 VR. Holy. And then you get to, like, PlayStation doing Switch. They have, like, Joy-Cons now. I'm like, oh, no. I mean, maybe they won't be as brittle, but the controller I've had now, fucking control pad drift, like seriously. So maybe it's straight just for PS5, and maybe I don't have to deal with that right now until I don't know if I get one. I don't know if I ever would. I don't know. I assume eventually with new games come out, but I got so much on PlayStation 4, I'm just like retro stuff. It don't affect me. That trailer for the new Spider-Man game, that was... I gotta play the first one at some point for sure. Not sure if I have a full version with all of the DLC, but I'll play what I'm able. So just doing that, I'm not gonna... I know I didn't say coming soon. I know the whole whatchamacallit. That's just... I might throw it in there. I don't know. But I'm foregoing most of the list where I read it on, like... I don't really need to read much. Most of you are going to be Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, new Katamari, another remake or whatever. Yeah, it's all good. Just going to lump one game real quick for the adventures of Platinum Hunting Pal Glass Shatter. Slowly but surely I'm coming back. Anyway, really wanted to talk about this one. This one got me a couple hours in. Really got into this. Pretty Girl Speed. 2 sets of numbered cards on the field. You and your opponent are in this race to expend all the cards that they have in their deck first. Like if there's an ace on the field, you either need a king or a 2 to slap down and to just build that up and keep that going before your opponent does it. So it's they may have a 3 or a queen ready and it might fuck you over and you just... Yep, so you might take a few L's, you might need luck, but you mostly gotta be fast. You know, it took me about 50 minutes and standing right up against my television to make sure I read the cards correctly and as fast as possible just to get on that. So I was always a fan of the Pretty Girls for at least going a little bit beyond saying what one would consider more brain-dead easy trophy gets out there. There's a couple of games I've played. Some Mahjong, some... There was like the puzzle game I think I mentioned earlier where you like slide the box around and try to get it to the bottom or wherever you need to go. I think there's a couple on sale. I might have played them already. I gotta look over again real quick. But yeah, I always feel like I got my money's worth when these go on sale. So if they're whatever some out there now, who knows? Even if it's just for the platinum. The platinum for this in detail is like laid out, so just go into battle mode and just beat all 10 girls. That's all you need to do. So current level 756, platinum trophies 496. No low hanging fruit. Not even snacking for the that's it. I just really wanted I knew the time was coming up to where I was gonna... It's like, oh, I'm coming back. I'll save it for the podcast and just make it mostly about that. But, yeah. Kunio-kun stuff's gonna continue way into, June. Some cases I had to, like, devote a certain game where it's, like, double upload. So 12 and 4 you're gonna get at some point, so... Yeah, it's all been like one shots and just the weird stuff so far. Just to say, I've played every game on the Double Dragon Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Collection, whatever it's called on the PlayStation 4. But yeah, I hope to get back sooner than later with like recording and stuff like that for real. Even if it's just me sitting here, I know I thankfully only got to do like one D ships. Might be two by the time this comes out. I'll post this like later. It's also probably be like a 7 or 8 p.m. kind of thing whenever it comes out. I'll just post it up now after I edit, whatever. It should have been like earlier. I was trying to get it at noon before, but like I said, I had an appointment to keep. Nurses come over. They do like they look over my wound. They dress it, change it, take out like old part of the dressing for the little vacuum in here. Like I got a piece like where it was where the cut is, the incision is, and all that stuff. There's like a piece of foam, and I have like a vacuum thing going in, and it's like, I guess like keeping it clean, sucking in all of like the excess, and if anything happens there, and just making sure it just heals on its own. And it's up to my own muscle at this point. I don't know how that's gonna end up. Like my belly button's gone, man. If I had a nickel for every time I picked the lint out of that thing just for wearing like these baggy blue it feels weird, I'm not that like, I'm not suffering. I'm not in pain. I wouldn't be able to sit here and just do this if it wasn't. It just feels kind of like what was here isn't, and what is there now is just a small like little vacuum thing doing its thing. But again, we'll see how I feel in a couple weeks. I would assume by like July, August, I'm okay again. I know, yeah. But yeah, I'm just doing what they say to do. Start listening more to me. Like if I'm at least if it's like 10, 11, if I'm tired, I won't like push past that. I'll go to sleep and just come up early and just like, I got people looking after me here. I can breakfast, lunch, dinner, no problem. Probably due for that now at some point. After I end off here, I'm probably going to want to have a look-see and see what I want. But anyway, that's the podcast. Sorry I sound like a little... that's just where I'm at now. But hey, glad to be back. Glad to be hype about things. Glad to be making content some more. Because that's what this is all about. Like I said, I'd be nothing if not this. I wouldn't be doing, probably wouldn't even be here if I wasn't doing this. This is, even if it's just to hype me up or just, gives me something to do. And if other people like sit here and enjoy it and like it, so much the better. Anyway, with all that said, take care. Thanks for watching. And as usual for these podcasts, play me out, Dave.
God damn it, baby, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time. Ah, yeah.